So I just came from the gym and I'm gonna show y'all my 5 weeks. It hasn't been 5 weeks, 4 weeks since my daughter graduated. My 4 weeks worth of work. I didn't eat any breakfast. I had a French vanilla before I went to the gym today. But let me tell y'all something interesting. I weighed myself for the first time in about a year because my scale battery died last summer and I didn't replace it because I don't know why. I just didn't. Then I started school in January, and then a month ago my mom said I was looking a little big. And then I was like, okay, well, let me get back to the gym. I weighed myself, like, when did I have my physio appointment? I think it was on Tuesday. Weighed myself on Tuesday. The scale says I weigh 140 pounds, 63 point something kilos. I had to do the math because at first it said 63 kilos, and then I was like, okay, let me do the math. Around 140 pounds. Now, 140 pounds where? Listen, I do not feel or look like I weigh 140 pounds, but then I got to thinking, if I weigh 140 pounds now just from working out for a month approximately, what was I really weighing the past year? Like, I think my mom was actually right. Like, I did look a little chunky over the past year. And with going to school, I was not weighing myself. I was eating whatever. I was eating ramen for the longest time because I don't have time. I didn't have time to cook. So ramen was the go-to meal. And I remember, like, many years ago, my mom had mentioned also that when she was going to school, she put on 30 pounds from eating McDonald's. Like, y'all don't understand how stressful school is. My daughter as well. Her fitness journey started about 2-3 years ago. She does boxing now. Before that, she used to do play intramural basketball just to, like, keep her conditioning from playing basketball in high school and just to remain healthy. She was also chunky in the early years of going to school. So I'm gonna just say this: if you are a student taking on a heavy course load or going into some sort of training that you know absolutely nothing about and it's super stressful, eat healthy, because that weight will creep up on you, and then by the time you know it, somebody in your family is calling you out on the weight gain. So yeah, I'm apparently 140 pounds, which is interesting. I ain't ate yet, but this is about to blow up, but it doesn't blow up as big as it normally does. And I'm grateful for that. I'm gonna try to keep myself on this fitness journey, starting over all again. I'm in my final weeks of the program, and we are all fighting for our lives. Like, I had 2 research projects due yesterday, which I finished. One of them, my draft got an 80% score, so I didn't have to go back and fix much. And even if I didn't fix anything, I would still get that 80% out of 100, so I'm okay with that. And then the other one, I don't know. I had what test did I have? I had a physics test yesterday. Quiz number 2 in physics, and I ain't gonna lie, I did not do that well, and that's my own fault because I was so preoccupied with my other projects. I neglected physics the past 3 weeks, and so yeah, I don't know what mark I got, but if I got a 50, that's all I need. I need a 50, 5 out of 10, and then when it comes to the exam, I plan on blowing that out of the water. Blowing that out of the water because I got a lot of catching up to do. But something interesting, I'm gonna tell you, since we're talking about weight, I'm gonna give y'all something interesting. So, you know, when you weigh yourself, your weight is the amount of force you're exerting divided by the acceleration of the earth. That's the number you see on the scale. So your mass, what you see on the scale, is basically the amount of force you're exerting on the scale divided by 9.8 meters per second squared, which is acceleration due to gravity. So I'm actually surprised because, like, I was literally crying first semester about physics, and because I just couldn't pick the stuff up. I was working so much, I was tired, I was exhausted, and it was the one class where I really had to study a lot, you're not able to breeze through physics. Like, you literally have to understand what it is you're learning, or else it don't make no sense at all. And physics is actually turning out to be my favorite subject. I just find it so interesting. Next is chemistry. Physics and chemistry I like. Um, I just find it so interesting, and I relate a lot of what I see now to what I learned in physics, which is fantastic. I heard that physics 2 is also difficult, but hey, if I'm blowing physics 1 out the water, I have no doubt that I'll be able to manage physics 2 as well. But I just wanted to give you this update. I've been working out regularly. The scale says I weigh 140. And yeah, I lost an inch in the hips. I think an inch in the waist as well. My shoulders, I'm not doing heavy weights with my shoulders this time around because I've been in physio for the past 8 weeks on working on my left side because I got injured at work. And yeah, the government sent me a nice low check for that one day I was missing. And I was like, this more than I make in the day. But hey, I'm going to take it. But knowing them, they're going to come back 2 years later and talk about they overpaid me like they always do. That stimulus check they gave out 5 years ago, I have not paid them back in full because that was their mistake. And I said to myself, y'all did not have to rush and give me any money early. I did not ask for any money early. I asked for my regular unemployment because I got laid off of work. But y'all decide y'all want to get money out to Canadians as soon as possible, and then write me 2 years later talking about, we want this $2,000 back. Well, if it takes me 10 years to pay it back, that's how long it's going to take. That's how long it's going to take them to get that $2,000 back. I got about $300 left. And what they do is take my, like, GST, my credits and stuff. But this year I'm not eligible for no credits because I made too much money last year. So they say. Too much money to me is, once I finish my program and I start making that 80 racks, depending on how much tax they take out, that's when I'll say I make too much money. But I didn't make $80,000 last year, so I did not make enough money. But anyways, they said you're not eligible for any credit, so no GST, no type of credit I'm getting. And that's usually where they take the payments for the stimulus overpayment from. And I said, well, I guess y'all not getting no money this year because that was your problem. But anyways, TMI, I know I be sharing too much with people, but that's just me, it's just my personality. I like to share. I'm not a gatekeeper per se, you know what I'm saying? That's just me. But anyways, I'll see y'all later. I'll let you guys know how I do on my finals. Pray for me, pray for everybody else in the program, because like I said, we are fighting for our lives. Like, quite a few of us are gonna have to go back and do a third semester. I already knew that I was gonna have to, but I only want to take 2 courses. I don't want to fail nothing and have to take it again. But anyways, ciao.